There we go. Need to unmute. How's everyone doing? Hopefully well. Hopefully well. How are you doing today? We're using a new web browser today. Should make everybody happy. I'm actually enjoying it. There's a few things with the new browser that need to be tweaked. I don't know if we're going to have to do it. We might have to do it. But other than that, it's actually pretty nice. Pretty nice. All right. So the first topic that we have we're going to actually do a couple things. Oh dear. This website does not render correctly on this browser. That's interesting. Check this out. Check this out. Oh boy. Oh boy. You have to highlight to read, which is fine with me. Yeah, it's a highlight to read. Maybe I have screwed something up in the settings. This might be on me. Let's go check those settings out. I did do dark theme, but I don't have like a dark reader or anything going. I have Sideberry, but that's it. Let's go with this. I was gonna say, I didn't think any of these affected the actual coloring of the website. I don't know why. I don't know why this is this way. What did I do wrong? Oh, okay. Is this a Sideberry thing? Is it a Sideberry thing? Let's disable Sideberry and let's disable that. Oh shoot, my tabs now went away. I gotta go re-enable my tabs. You know what, although we disabled Sideberry and this hasn't fixed, so I don't think it's a Sideberry thing. So let's re-enable Sideberry. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm actually excited that it's based on Firefox instead of like based on Chrome. I'm very excited about that. I've only used it a little bit, and like so far, it's not been horrible like this. And I'm guessing this is some setting that I set when I was just playing around with it, but I don't know why. Like, yeah, so far it's been pretty good. And it even has a little bit of what Sideberry has brought. Sideberry is the thing that does the tabs on the side here. And it's almost what I need for the news. It's not actually everything that I need for the news, and we can get into why I probably will still use Edge for the news specifically, but I think for everything else browsing, I think that this will be really good. Yeah. Okay, so why is this rendering this way though? I don't have dark reader. I don't think Sideberry does anything with. Yeah, this is just the sidebar. Why is this rendering incorrectly? Let's go to another website and see it. Okay, so this is rendering correctly, at least what I would expect. Let's do another website, Vercel. I don't know what their website looks like, but it's at least readable. It looks darker than it's supposed to be honest. Well, that's what I looked at, but like, no, I only have Sideberry, right? I have this dark theme, but this should just be my browser, not like the content in the thing, right? But it's not dark. It's not dark. Like, let's go here. There we go. I guess it is dark. It's just like the text was, actually I have dark reader. One second on this. Yeah, it's supposed to look like this. Let me actually see what Vercel looks like. Oh, I'm actually logged in on this browser, so. But Vercel is dark. Okay. Well, oh, wait. Never mind. 1 second. Vercel is dark. Okay. So it looks like this is working. Why? What? Have I done something? Dane, how are you? This does kind of seem like some kind of internal dark mode bug in Zen. It's it almost is like, you know, I almost wonder if like if they didn't specify the background color, if Zen is making it dark, right? Because like it's not switching the text to being light. So I almost wonder if like the background isn't set in this. I don't even know where to start looking for that in there. We could like dig into this, but I'm not really like where is the color set? Oh wait. Highlight color is transparent. Where's background color? Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not gonna dig through this. Everything else seems to render properly with them. Vercel is, give me another light website. Another light website. Well, let me try this. Yanigavaru Tokanimanogo Paruski. No хорошо это no хорошо. I have a very strong American accent when speaking Russian. Very strong. No bueno. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. You know, I was getting some stuff in the mail to fix this. but it didn't come yesterday, so it's coming today. So you guys can't see the new look, which I mean, it's a cheap look. I tried to spend minimal dollars on fixing it for the AI games. Now, what I need you guys to let me know on Tuesday when we stream if it's better or if we should just embrace the gulag and get some fake Russian accents for the stream. I'm not doing that last part, but could get a skeleton. All right, let's see. I don't know. This is based on Firefox, so it's not like Brave at all. It kind of does look like Brave a little bit, I think, but it's not. I need a white website. Let's go to fly.io. Fly.io. That's a lightish website. Yeah, it's rendering. It's weird. It's like if it's a white background, Zen replaces that. 1 second. Let me sign in really quickly. But everything else. So it's almost as if I don't know. It's almost like if it's a perfectly white background. Actually, let's check this out, because this is a perfectly, the background's not set. So what color will this be? So interesting, this isn't black, like, yeah, this is black. So I feel like if the background isn't set, it's defaulting to black. All right, let's fix this. I said in look and feel, I'm sure that I have like dark theme. Let's see. I have automatic selected. I have this accent color, but this accent color is just like these here. Like, I have default dark theme. Should we go with colorful theme? Should we go with colorful and see it? Oh, look, it gets replaced with that green. 100%. Let's go here. Yeah, with the green. 100%. These aren't setting a background. And so it's just, but I have it on automatic. So I have to have a light theme. I have to have a light theme for these websites to work. Oh, that's interesting. Let's refresh. Well, that didn't fix that. And that didn't fix this either. Oh, never mind. Why is it now just green? If we go with this, is it orange now? Yeah, it's orange now. So, I mean, it is this setting, but it was only in dark mode that this setting recolors anything. So we could have it purple background now. Yeah, purple background. Okay. So it is this setting, but in light mode, it doesn't fix the problem. Because reasons. All right, let's try Dark Reader. Let's see if we can't fix this with Dark Reader. Where do I go to get more extensions? Where's the marketplace? Dark. Okay. Dark Reader. Yeah. So, yeah, you can run in private windows. I actually will pay them. I'm not going to do it on stream because I'll leak credit card information or something, but I will. I use them enough. I'll give them $10. All right, let's see if this fixes this. Ah, Dark Reader fixes it. Fantastic. All right. Now we're cooking. Now we're going to go back to dark mode because it doesn't matter. Light mode, for some reason, doesn't affect this. What's a good color for our I'm almost liking this pink because it's like a dark pink over here. One second. That's almost red. I wish they had a red. That's almost red. I still feel like this is the best. Okay. All right. Dark Reader for the win. All right. Sorry about that. We figured the browser out. We figured it out. Get rid of this. All right, I am going to go in here and we're gonna make a new folder. We're gonna just keep some notes as we go through this. So let me make a marker here. All right, welcome everyone. This first part of today. So the second part of today, we're actually going to try to stand up a Kubernetes cluster using kubeadm in a public cloud. Should be fun. Hopefully I don't leak a key. But this first part, we're going to go over and review an article released by Timescale about replacing stateful sets with a custom k8s operator in our Postgres cloud platform. I think that this is really fascinating. This isn't a response in the technical sense of a response because I haven't read it, but I want to dive into it with you all, discuss my opinions on stateful sets as they're something I have used in my professional work, as well as for fun. Yeah, so let's get into it. Let's talk about it a little bit and hopefully have a little bit of a discourse on the pros and cons of stateful sets. I'm hoping to learn a thing or two from Timescale, from what their struggles that they've had here. All right, replacing stateful sets with a custom k8s operator in our Postgres cloud platform. Over the last year, the platform team here at Timescale has been working hard on improving the stability and, let's see, should I put my head somewhere else? I think I should put my head somewhere else. We're going to move my head really quickly. My head is definitely, you know, as they say, it's a better door than window. All right. Improving the stability, reliability, and cost efficiency of our infrastructure. Our entire cloud is run on Kubernetes, and we have spent a lot of engineering time working on how to best orchestrate its various parts. We have written many different Kubernetes operators for this purpose, but until this year, we have always used stateful sets to manage customer database pods and their volumes. Stateful sets are a native Kubernetes workload resource used to manage stateful applications. Unlike deployments, stateful sets provide unique, stable network identities and persistent storage for each pod, ensuring ordering and consistent scaling, rolling updates, and maintaining state across restarts. So this actually, you know, this is kind of their selling point, which is essential for stateful applications like databases or distributed systems. I was going to say, this is why you use a stateful set. Stateful sets are more painful than normal sets. If you guys remember, our Twitch alerts ran on stateful sets for a while until we took the database part, you know, kind of outside of it. And running and maintaining the stateful set was more of a pain because it's kind of a pain on purpose. So I'm interested, like, this is why I'm interested, because, like, what did they do to replace this that's less painful? Okay. However, working with stateful sets has become increasingly painful. It's like I could read their mind. It's like I've done this before. And preventing us from innovating. That's a bold statement. In this blog post, we're sharing how we replace stateful sets with our own Kubernetes custom resource and operator, which we call... One second. I need a pronunciation guide here. One second. One second. Google. Oh, no. I wanted to go to Google. Define this. No, I need a pronunciation guide. I want to say it's like patroni. Is it patroni? I have no idea. Is it a normal word that I should know? But I've just never seen it spelled? Don't give me the AI overview. I want the pronunciation guide. It's like a patron. Right. It's like a patron, but it's... I get that it's... Oh, wait. Here we go. Oh, wait. We gotta have the music off. Wow, that's a lot of ads. That is a whole bunch of ads. My apologies. Let me turn off the music really quickly. Patroni. Okay. Well. All right. Music back on. Pat Ronnie. We can go with Pat Ronnie. All right. The Pat Ronnie sets without a single customer noticing the shift. This move has improved our stability considerably. So they're actually getting rid of stateful sets altogether. And this is maybe an interesting note here that we're going to talk about really quickly. Let's see. I want to just rename this to k8s sucks. No, not k8s. K8s stateful sets suck. All right. Okay. One thing that's really interesting to note here, and I think is important if you're unfamiliar with how Kubernetes works. You know, you have your objects like deployments, and you have stateful sets. And you even have stuff like replica sets. And it's actually really common for people to kind of think that these things are magic and they're like built-in things. And they are built in, to be fair. You know, another classic one would be a pod. But they're really not that different from your own custom resource and operator. So when you're talking about a stateful set, it's really a built-in operator. So we could, if we wanted to spend the time and effort, go and re-implement everything in stateful sets. I mean, we could just copy and paste the code and rename it to like Merrick's Amazing Stateful Sets. And you could install that into your Kubernetes cluster, and you would have these things that work exactly like stateful sets. They don't do anything in here that breaks that line. Like, that breaks that wall of what you could do. You could do the same thing with deployments. You know, they don't use some internal API that you yourself couldn't use in your own custom resource definition. So I think that's a really important thing to know when you're going into this. Like, if the deployments can do it, you can do it in your own thing. So all right. What is a Kubernetes operator? Before we dive into the details, it's worth stepping back and ensuring that we understand what controllers and operators are. A controller is a piece of software that manages Kubernetes resources according to a desired specification. Kubernetes contains many built-in controllers. For example, the deployment, the replica set. Okay, yeah. Pods. You know, the deployment manages the replica sets according to specification. The replica sets manage a pod. Yeah, we've been over this. All controllers work on a control loop principle. They examine the desired state of the manifest, compare it with the actual state in the cluster, and then perform actions necessary to move the cluster, you know, towards that desired state, that state that you would like to have it in. Absolutely. We call this the reconciliation loop, and each execution a reconcile. This obviously a very high level. We delve into details a bit further. Yeah. Okay, so you have your operator, which observe, compare, and act. So yeah, and the act can go do stuff. The observe can observe a bunch of different states and compare them to what you want them to be. An operator is essentially a controller with some specificities. It uses the custom resource for specifying the desired state. It implements a custom domain specific logic. Now, after the AI games, we're going to make an operator because we haven't done that for a little while. And so we're going to kick it off. We're going to make an operator probably sometime in December. For all of you that want to do it, my goal is to basically make an operator and then like make it into a short YouTube video with like 5-minute sections, or like 5-minute sections, but we'll do it all on stream first. Okay, if a controller is your off-the-shelf piece of kit, an operator is artisanal. That's wish they would use smaller words for me. I'm telling you, artisanal, handcrafted piece of kit that does just the job you need it to. The problem with stateful sets. For many years, we've been using native stateful sets and stateful set controller to manage our database pods and volumes. It's very common to do this. Initially, it made great sense as they provide a range of benefits, a stable persistent storage, along with predictable deployments and updates. As our platform has grown and become increasingly sophisticated, some of those initial advantages have started to wane. Volume management using stateful sets initially looks pretty simple. You provide a volume claim template in the specification, and all replicas have a volume created using that template. However, this template is immutable, and our customers' storage demands are anything but. One second. Okay, let me reread that. I was thinking about something else while I was reading. Volume management using stateful sets initially looks simple. You provide a volume claim template in the specification, and all replicas have a volume created using that template. We have ads, so we won't go forward. However, the template is immutable, and our customer storage demand is anything. Okay, that makes sense. All right, we have ads. So we're gonna take a little break, a little quick break. I forgot to talk to my breakers. I have 2 breakers lined up. I'm going to be hopefully handling the Kubernetes clusters that we make today to the breakers tonight or tomorrow, probably tomorrow. Hopefully they're still ready. Hopefully they're still ready and prepared to do that this week. They get a whole week. So yeah. Maybe I should have checked in with them a couple days ago or a week or 2 ago. I forgot to. It'll be okay. If nothing else, I will just set my children loose on the cluster. That should break it. We got about 2 minutes and 30 seconds of ads. So Dutch is in purgatory right now. Russell, I think you were one. Hopefully you have the time. If you don't have the time, I understand. You are a fantastic breaker. And it doesn't have to be elaborate. But that's what we're doing today. We're going to hand set up. Well, Russell, if you remember correctly, and this is where I forgot to... Now, I have talked to raw code. But I wanted 2 breakers to break Kubernetes clusters to basically do a raw code of AI. So I have 2 AIs that are supposedly can fix a Kubernetes cluster. And we're going to give that a shot to see to see if they can do it. I can't remember. I thought you were one. Let me go back. Maybe you weren't one of them. One second. We were talking in the mods. Maybe not. Maybe it was somebody else. You're really good at breaking, though. So you're really good at fixing, too. Not just breaking. I need to learn how to use the search feature. I'll have to search for it. But if you don't have the time to do it, I'll find somebody to break a Kubernetes cluster this week. Or I'll break it. Doesn't matter if I know how to fix it. The goal is to have the AI fix it. And raw code is doing one this week, so that will be good too. I thought I had messaged you about it, but I'm starting to think that I hadn't. So forget I said anything. I am sorry. I meant to message you. That's a problem. And I thought I had. Oh, it could be an old break, right, Russell? It could be a super old break. It's for the AI. 100%. It doesn't need to be anything that I haven't seen. And I would struggle with your old break anyways. Like, let's be real. You know, it can just be like screwing up the deployment that's there, putting like a network thing on there. Well, maybe don't go that one, Russell. Maybe not the one you doubt it can fix. But I mean, like, it could be just really simple stuff, right? That we're just looking for the capabilities, right? So if you do a simple break and it fixes it, great. We could be like, hey, it handles simple things. Done. But again, I apologize. I thought I had messaged you a couple months ago, and it looks like I only messaged raw code, and yours slipped my. I've been really busy, and I apologize. But if you can, that would be great. If not, I'll make one. Don't worry about it. All right. Or if somebody's really interested in breaking a Kubernetes cluster this next week, let me know. I'll make you a Kubernetes cluster. Yeah. All right. Let's jump back into this. All right. So we were just talking about volume management using stateful sets. Initially looks pretty simple, but this is one thing. Replicas have a volume created using that template. However, this template is immutable, and our customer storage demands is anything but. So this is an actual real problem that they're obviously it is. They're talking about. They're good engineers. Let's say that you make this template with 50 gigs, and you want to change that to 100 gigs. Well, you have to delete and recreate It's an immutable field. You can't update it. So that's a little oversimplified. But if you need to change certain things in the template, you can't. You have to delete and recreate it. Inevitably, the amount of storage a database needs will grow over time and will often shrink again after a customer discovers the benefits of something that they have. I don't know. Hypercore. I don't know what that is. Volume management is something we had to do elsewhere in our main operator, resizing existing volumes and provisioning new volumes every time a replica was created. So there's ways to get around this. Obviously, there's ways to deal with this issue, and obviously they just don't like it, or they found an easier, better way. Predictable rolling updates is another useful feature that stateful sets provide. Stateful sets number their pods, starting with pod 0, then pod 1, and so on. Yeah, 0 indexed, like it should be. When updating, they will always restart the highest number pod first and work their way down to pod 0. For our high availability customers, we will have a pod 0 and a pod 1. The stateful operator will always restart pod 1 first, wait for that to be healthy again, and then restart pod 0. Unfortunately, this doesn't take into consideration which pod is the primary. The worst case scenario is that the worst case scenario is that 1 is the primary, which will be, in which case we restart it first. Okay, so what they're saying here is which one is primary. You know, this is pod 0 and pod 1, and if this is the primary pod and this is the secondary, if it restarts this one first, then this does a failover, which has a cost. And 0 becomes the primary that we then restart the 0 pod. So then when this one comes back up online, and we've switched this one to being the primary instead of the secondary, and this one is now the secondary because it came back up, it then kills this one, and this one comes back to being the secondary. And so this makes sense. This looks painful, and then this one goes back to the secondary. So there's this state switch, which I don't know how they do it, but anytime this happens, there's usually a cost to it. The new primary, it fails back over to the 1, causing more disruption. We can always end up back with pod 1 being the primary, ready for the next time we need to perform an update. The worst case is actually the usual case. Oh, that sucks. The stateful set also enforces deterministic pod ordering. If you have a single pod, it must be pod 0. For 2 pods, you will have pod 0 and 1. If we consider the use case where a customer wants to remove a replica, we've seen that there is a good chance that the pod is the primary. Wait. If we consider the case where a customer wants to remove a replica, we've seen that there's a good chance that So for some reason, their primary pod seems to be this one a lot of the time. And so when they go to remove one, they would remove this one, right? Which causes the failover and more issues. Again, more cost. Removing a replica that would mean disrupting your service because the primary would be removed. Right. They should. Now, they say disrupted. This sounds rough. And you know, timescale, I think, is on Postgres. So this might be something to do with Postgres. You know, in a lot of databases, you can remove a pod, even if it's the primary, without disruption. There's a cost, but it shouldn't be disruption, right? So like in one database I know fairly well, if you remove the primary of a rep, well, it's a little bit differently how it's done, but if this is the primary and this is not the primary for a set of data, what happens is that all the clients need to know that this one isn't. So they need to access it through this one, and that this one's the primary. There is actually no downtime. The worst case is that the clients could hit a different, the wrong server and have to have their request proxied, which takes a little bit longer. which is why I say like there's a certain cost. There's network costs. There's other things like that going on to it. The deterministic pod ordering problem is even worse when you consider the scenario where we need to replace the volume. The replacement can happen for many reasons. We want to recreate it in different availability zones with a different file system, or just because we want to reduce its size. It should be relatively easy to do. We can create a new replica with the right spec, and when it's ready, we can switch over to it. With stateful sets, however, that pod won't be pod 0, so there was no way we could remove the redundant replica and be left with just the one we wanted. So basically, they're saying that their big problem is they wanted to pick which one to remove. They didn't always want to remove, they wanted to remove the secondary one, which makes sense. This isn't a problem for some databases. Again, different databases have different architectures. With Aerospike, this really doesn't matter because it doesn't care which one is effectively. Like I said, it's a little there's an overhead. Like, don't get me wrong, you could be more efficient if you knew which one to remove or picked which one, but in the end it doesn't really matter. But it could bring some efficiencies, I suppose. But it works differently. This is my point, is like a lot of databases work differently. So you can't be like, oh, well, MongoDB wouldn't have this problem. MongoDB is a different beast and has its own problems with that architecture. So we would have to perform an elaborate dance where we spin up a new replica, then delete the original pod volume and create yet another replica. This time with the ordinal 0, which we could right. So basically they're just saying that they'll stand up a whole new area with this information and then like fail over to it. In practice, we would have to temporarily delete the stateful self itself, or even the pods and volumes, so we could control the recreation of pod 0. Yeah. So you have the volumes here, and what they do is basically remove them from these, and then, you know, if they're attached like this, recreate the stuff down here, and then attach them here. Well, disconnect them here. Just do that. Boom. Like that. Disconnect them there, and then reattach them here. Which would cause, I don't know that you could do this without a service disruption. I don't know. That would be, I feel like the answer is you couldn't do this without a disruption in service. And I want to take a quick break. I apologize for harping on different databases. I wasn't calling that out to say one was bad. It's just the different architectures, because the different architectures give you different guarantees. You know, Postgres is a transactional database that gives you very strong guarantees. And because of that, it's different. It's not better or worse. It is. I mean, there are definitely better and worse databases in different fields, but there are also just different ways of solving the problem that prioritize different aspects, and that's what you have to look at. So not every database is going to have this problem with stateful sets. I guess is my only thing that I was trying to point out. Anyways, sorry. Just wanted to side note that I wasn't dunking on anything, just trying to point out differences. All right, moving on. Ultimately, we reached the point where it felt like we were spending a lot of time working around stateful sets rather than having them actually help us. It was time to take a step back and consider replacing it with a Kubernetes operator that could handle all of the use cases and actively actively sought to minimize customer disruption. Designing an alternate to, so I think there's a couple ways that you could go about this, right? You could actually replace stateful sets. That seems like a lot of work. Making your own operator that does a lot of that stuff, which I think is the one that they went with. There is the handle all of this stuff in your, they already have operators. They've talked about their main operator. You could handle it in their main. Yeah, okay, 1 second. That's what it's saying here. Manage the pods and volumes directly in our main operator. This sounds like a lot of work, honestly. That's what stateful sets do. So you'd be like half re-implementing stateful sets. Using stateful sets, but in on delete mode and controlling the deletion from our main operator. That sounds messy. That sounds messy. I don't know. I don't like that just from the sounds of it. Building a separate operator manage. I think choice 3. After much discussion, we came to the conclusion that taking option 3 and building a direct replacement for stateful sets operator was the best bet. I hope it's open source, by the way. I hope it's open source. We want to avoid having a single god operator that did everything. Our main Kubernetes operator is already a complex beast, and adding more functionality seemed it would lead to more problems. This is fair. This is fair. Saying, this is that single responsibility. Saying our main operator does main things, let it do those things, like whatever those responsibilities are, and we're not going to add this complexity to it. I think that's probably a good bet. The requirements for our operator were slightly different. Managing the pods and volumes often involves workflows that take multiple hours, such as spinning up a new replica. And if you guys don't realize why spinning up a new replica might take several hours, you got to get all that data. Replicas can be very expensive to stand up. Some of our goals for the new system include the following. It should be a direct replacement for stateful sets, and migration should be seamless. It's good. It must be Postgres Patroni 1. But I'm going with Patroni. I know it's not Patroni, but I can't help myself. Cloud native PG. I've never heard of this future highway. We'll look at it after we get through this. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Anyways, it needs to understand which pod is the primary, whether the replica is streaming or still recovering. The custom resource, it almost needs to be database aware, it feels like, right? It needs to have some interface for the pod to report on itself. Yeah. It needs Pat Ronnie aware. You're right. You're right, Russell. I forgot it was Pat and Ronnie. Pat Ronnie. It needs to be Pat Ronnie aware. If you can't pronounce it correctly, you basically just shouldn't try. That's what I need to go with. The custom resource should be entirely declarative, and the operator should handle all intermediate stages. Any action should be done to minimize downtime. For example, we should always update the replica first in an HA setup. So when they say replica, they're talking about the secondary, not the primary. The one that, I don't know timescale, but I'm assuming the replica can take reads, but not writes. I could be wrong. It could just be a hot standby. There's different ways of handling this. Is it a hot standby? Is it a read? I don't know. Pod ordinal should be arbitrary. If we're removing a replica and a replica, and pod 1 is the primary, then we should be able to just keep pod 1 and remove pod 0. I actually think this would be a good update to stateful sets. I think by default, its behavior is good. I think that there should be a way to customize it with like some to allow you to do this. Like to even be able to specify which one is which. I think there could be something to be said about that. I've never run into this problem specifically. Like I said, my stateful workloads have been different. And that's what you always have to remember when you're looking at something like this. You have to be aware of the differences in architecture because it will make you hit different problems. It should be maintenance window event aware and able to time its changes appropriately. Okay. So basically just a setting to tell you when it's allowed to operate. It should manage all volume changes. The key part of our new Kubernetes operator was that it should be aware of the role and status of each instance. Wait. The key part of our Kubernetes was that it should be aware of the role and status of each instance. Okay, right. It needed to know whether it was a replica. Oh, yeah, we'll be over this. As mentioned earlier, we use a tool called Patroni. We can use a tool called Patroni. I've actually never used this either. How timescale replication works, enabling HA and Postgres. Ooh, I might read that. That seems like an interesting, but not for today. For managing primary elections, replication failure. This is how they're doing consensus with it, so that's fine. This resilience on Patroni led us to our CRT being called Patroni set, and our operator would be called the Patroni set operator, or Popper for short. The first part of our reconcile loop is fetching a customer's current state, a cluster's current state. This seems simple enough. We grab the Patroni CR, list all the pods and volumes in that cluster, and match them up. However, one consequence of removing the deterministic pod ordering is that working out which instance we want to keep, which needs updating, and which we want to get rid of suddenly becomes interesting. Our Patroni set contains a set of members, each with its own specification for the pod and volume. The cluster contains a set of instances, a volume, and usually a pod. After fetching the Patroni set and list of pods volumes, we need to perform an evaluation of how to closely... wait, I'm bad at reading. We need to perform an evaluation of how closely each pod and volume matches the member's spec. Again, this is just standard operator stuff. We score this based on how much disruption it would cause for the user to make it match. So basically, all they're saying here is this is like the desired state, and this is like the actual state. We'll put this in blue here, and then what they try to do is this calculation of we want the actual state to be this. Is that going to cause a disruption? Or maybe the actual state is like this, and we need to bring it in. Is that going to cause a disruption, or how much? And is that tolerable? So like they do the comparison of actual versus your actual versus that's not our actual, our desired versus actual, and then they try to judge some way of the effect of that. Obviously, a perfect match means there's no changes and no cause for disruption. For volume, placing the volume size also causes no disruption. While trying to make it smaller means replacing the whole volume, which cannot be done without disruption. Right. So making it smaller would require disruption. Once we know that each instance compares to the desired specification, we can then create an optimal matching. When we do this, we take into account the status of pod, whether it's been successfully bootstrapped, and whether or not it's the primary. The matching is deterministic to ensure that successive reconciles will arrive at a similar matching until there are... it's important. You want any system to be deterministic. I hate when we throw this word in there, like it's different from what we normally do, right? How many of us, except for you OpenAI folks that are watching, how many of us are like, we want a non-deterministic system, right? I don't know, except for OpenAI, of any engineer that goes and strives for a non-deterministic system. Pat gets the pod and Ronnie gets the volumes in the divorce. Okay, we also consider the idea of replacements when performing this matching process. For example, if we need to replace a volume for some reason, we want to make it smaller, change the file system, and we spin up additional ephemeral replica. That's nice. This is actually a really cool detail. So some databases don't like ephemeral storage. Some databases operate at extreme speed, and ephemeral storage is too slow. And it makes this type of thing hard, impossible, or actually a disruption of service, right? While this new replica is catching up to the primary, we have 2 matches for the member in the spec, the current one and the replacement. This allows us to still perform any updates on the service that we need to while our new replica slowly catches up in the background. For visibility purposes, we surface all of this matching data in the Patrani sets status. Here we can see what the outcome of this matching process looks for like in a service. Let's see. Oh, okay. So this is just the replacement. Okay. This is the volume and pod with the name blah are currently being created as a replacement for blah. Then when the instant catches up, the matching will transform to exact match. Right. Okay, so it's not matching yet, and they're trying to replace it. And this is saying when it's an exact match, it will replace this up here. Makes sense. So unfortunately, even if they open source this, I feel like this is super specific to what they're doing. It's not a general purpose Patrani set, right? It's their thing. So there's a distinction here, right? You're thinking of 3. You're thinking etcd, right? So in etcd, you have to have 3, right? And you have to have 3 because you're using it for consensus, right? That's not true here. You only need 2. And the reason you only need 2 is because you're not reaching consensus. This is the primary, and the primary is the one that gets all the rights. And you're just replicating those. So there is no consensus because the consensus is this primary, right? This is where I was saying there's different ways of doing different things, and they have their pros and cons. And I'm not getting into this, but you don't need 3. So in theirs, this is HA. This is an HA deployment right here. HA stands for high availability. This is a highly available because what happens is if this one fails for some reason, your writes and reads can start going to the secondary unit. Still can't get used to AcceleDraw being in Obsidian so well. It's so nice because after today, I'll commit this and you guys can go get the, all of these notes are in a Git repo too with the AcceleDraw, which is really cool. Did you guys know? So I do this. I pay for an AcceleDraw account, even though I only use it in Obsidian where I can use it for free to support them because I use the crap out of their technology. So go get a cloud account with them. I don't want the cloud account, but I have it. I use the crap out of their stuff and I super appreciate it. All right, let's get back to this. There is a temptation when designing an operator of this sort to start thinking in terms of workflows. For example, to handle a situation, this is dangerous. I would say that if you want a workflow, it should be in a different operator, right? That controls this operator or does things to, like gives this operator resources. Because the problem you get into is you're getting into a lot of logic that's outside the direct responsibilities. It's the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. And an operator should have one purpose. It's like, why is it like this? You have deployment. You have then the replica set. And then you have the pods. Why is it like this? Well, you could have done all of the replica set logic in the deployment, right? But it's single responsibility, and it's a really good thing to keep in mind, where replica sets have a very specific responsibility, and deployments actually just manage replica sets. So you could kind of think of the deployment as being that workflow, you know, that, hey, I want to make a new deployment, and here's my workflow with my patching and whatnot, and that type of stuff. So. HA was happy AWS because you had to pay for more. All right, I'm also going to say something that many people are going to dislike. I don't need to draw for this. You don't always need HA. You need to understand the cost of a disruption. And if you're very, very small, look, Postgres and those types of services have gotten really, really sturdy. Sometimes you can take a minute downtime. Sometimes you know when that can be. And you don't have to do like true HA, like true high availability cost. If you're prototyping something out, don't worry about it. If it's an alpha and you want people to try it, don't worry about it. It's not worth it. Obviously, you go into production with something, you want it to be more available. You want to have some sort of SLA because people won't like it if their service is unavailable. But at the beginning, when you're prototyping something, don't slow yourself down with an HA thing. Not worth it. The trouble with this way of thinking is that there are these very stateful items we are dealing with, and it can take multiple hours to perform actions like spinning up a replica or taking a backup. If a single reconcile loop is expected to perform all of the actions needed to get the cluster to the desired state, then we need to start worrying about blocking, controller restarts, or just what will happen if part of the workflow fails. Yeah. Our approach instead was to consider each action that a popper, oh my gosh, a popper could take separately. This was actually quite a small list. Popper's responsibilities are limited to just creating, updating, and deleting the pods and volumes and managing the service's backups, which we include because they needed for creating replicas, forks, etc. So they limit it to very little stuff. During the reconcile process, each action is called in turn and executed. Each action is its own series of checks that we perform to see if it can actually do anything. For example, here are some of the checks that delete redundant pod action takes. Have we got too many instances? Is there a service pause? Or in the process of being deleted, is the pod we're considering for deletion the primary? If it's not the primary, do we have an existing primary? Is the instance matched with a member in the spec? Are there other pods bootstrapped and ready? This allows us to be very clear about the conditions under which we perform each action. We can be certain, for instance, that a pod will never be deleted unless we absolutely mean it. That's also hopefully always true. You should always try to never delete stuff unless you actually mean it. This reminds me of do you guys remember on the old Macs when you could just drive your drive to the garbage can and delete your drive? Yeah. Fantastic. You know, if we did something like that today, it just would be unacceptable. Each reconcile loop performs at most one action. It creates a single volume or restarts a single pod. We have a very Yeah. I got the warden to install me a window. It was really nice. So, you know, a little daylight down here goes a long way. Yeah, I've been good. I've been good. Makes a sense, and hence the decision making more reliable. We can capture the state and start of the reconcile loop and do our matching work. Okay, blah blah blah. The results of we started using Pat Ronnie sets for new services in our clusters at the end of 2024. By the middle of March, we were confident enough to start migrating existing services. That had to be scary. That's always scary. When you have this thing that works and you decide to move to something, you know, even if it's painful, it's always a little scary to be like, all right, we're moving to this new thing. All right, and this is also by the end of February, by the middle of March. So they only ran this on new clusters for half a month before migrating services. That's these guys are, that's faster than I would have. You know, for me, when you're running a database, you are holding other people's data. So their data is in here. That means you have to take absolutely every caution you can to not screw up their data. You will lose a customer for absolute freaking life. You cannot yeah. From the moment they were introduced to our cluster, Pat Ronnie sets have been providing significant improvements in stability and availability guarantees, particularly for HA customers. Popper has allowed us to perform significant maintenance work for customers under the hood that we never would have been able to coordinate with stateful sets. For example, we transitioned to using the XFS file system for all of our databases over a year ago because it's proven more performant to use in our use case. Also provides, this is actually really important, performant for our use case. It's like how they use the file system. It's really important to understand. And this is why I always rage against like, oh, because Google does it. Google's use case and your use case are probably different. And this is why you need to be an engineer and understand what your use case is and match the appropriate thing. Unfortunately, we have a lot of older services stuck on ext4 and no easy way to migrate them. However, with Popper, we were able to just update the file system in the Pat Ronnie set. We then sat back and watched as it spun up a new replica on XFS file system, waited for it to catch up, switch over, and then remove the old pods. All coordinated so that everything happened in a timely manner and any disruptive action happened within the service maintenance window. They have a connection reset during the services maintenance window. I wonder why. I'm interested in why when they fail over, they need a service connection reset. That's interesting. I'm sure that there's like a concrete reason for whatever reason, whether it's a Postgres reason or how they handle the replicas. It's interesting. Okay. That's really interesting. Is this open source? It doesn't look like it's open source. Do they have a link to it? I want to check Pat Ronnie out. I want to say Pat and Ronnie at this point. Pat and Ronnie. Let's see. Let's go to their GitHub. But I want their thing. No, I want their operator. Their Pat and Ronnie operator. I don't know what Pat and Ronnie is, so we got to check out Pat and Ronnie too. It doesn't look like they made it open source. And before you guys get upset about it not being open source, it sounds like it makes sense, right? If we go and look at the facts of this, it looks like it is designed for their system. Not this one. This one. Everything here sounds like it was designed for their system. Like, I wouldn't be able to make this work. So making it open source, like, the cost of open sourcing this doesn't make sense. You open source it, you get pull requests, you get people wanting features that you don't care about, all of those types of things. And so I get, you know, I always encourage people when they have something like this that would be useful to other people to go ahead and open source it. Like, it's good for them. And I really want to support that. But at the same time, it sounds like it works exactly for their thing, right? You know, it's not just Postgres. It's their way of running Postgres with replicas and everything else. So it doesn't sound like it would be a good open. Now, maybe they could do work to make it open source. They could work to make it more flexible, but that's a lot of engineering work. So I don't know. Kind of makes sense. That's right. It's Pat and Ronnie. We decided earlier. If you were not here when we decided that it's Pat and Ronnie, you should have joined the stream earlier. Like, these are executive decisions that have to be made at a time. And I'm pretty sure that this is Pat and Ronnie. They did forget to capitalize it. I was going to leave that, you know, it should be a capital R. I was going to leave that on their GitHub, but it's not open source, so I can't let them know that bug exists. But it's a bug. Now, this actually brings up an interesting thing. Oh, you guys had me search for this, right? Cloud Native PG. Oh, this is a PostgreSQL operator. So what I'm actually wondering, one of the things that got my mental thoughts going, is there a different stateful set? Is there a different stateful set that we could be making? Like, is that an interesting open source project? I don't even know, because I feel like stateful sets work for a lot of people that don't have this specific use case. Like, it's a specific use case, and like that's fine. I don't know if you could make a generic one that would be better. I'm not sure, but it's made me think about it, right? It's made me think, maybe there is a different use case here. I'm not sure. Cloud Native Postgres. What is this? Somebody recommend me. Anyways, if you watch this on YouTube and want to go over more interesting articles and learn more, subscribe. Join me on Twitch. I'm probably not streaming right now. I only stream on Saturdays and Sundays, or not, just Saturdays and Fridays and Thursdays and Tuesdays. Sometimes not on Thursdays. Anyways, let's move on. We have a lot more to do right now. We got Kubernetes to spin up in the clouds. Yeah. I run on a very low availability. Trust me, the warden doesn't let me stream more. If she did, I would probably stream a little bit more. But the warden runs me on a tight schedule. So, ooh, you know what? I've been using the Zen browser. I like it. There's some things we gotta update though. There are some things that we need to update in it. And I think maybe we can do it. Sideberry is awesome, but it has problems. Sideberry is awesome, but has problems. Let's look at the Sideberry. Fast bite. We'll go with fast bite. Thank you so much for the follow. Super appreciate it. Super appreciate it. Welcome to the team. Remember, I have a video. We just need 1,000 followers. Just 1,000 followers. And you guys get a brand new, never seen before video. Okay? There you go. I'll post it on YouTube. It's not recorded yet. It's all ready though. It's ready for recording. It's marinating. It's marinating. All right. Let's talk about Zen browser really quickly, just because I know a lot of you guys have followed my browser trails. I was using Zen today, and I like it. I like it. But let me move my head over here. I think it's better over here most of the time. I don't know. I don't know where my head should go. All right. So I got Sideberry. I got Sideberry. That's what's navigating the tabs here. And it's pretty cool. And it allows me to do stuff like this. Let's do this and move to... not that. Not move to. Group. And we'll group this into Bob. It allows me to make this group Bob. We can make... All right. This is problem number 1. When I go to move things in this side panel, okay, and I click to drag, the side panel collapses, and it makes it very difficult because I have to do it just based off of this. That annoys the garbage out of me. Now, another interesting thing is we can actually nest these like this. All right, so I could nest the crap out of this. This is another thing where the color coding thing works really well. See this tab here that I'm in? Let's make this google.com so we can see. You can't actually see it. You can't actually see the tab that we're on now. I don't love this. I don't love this. I don't have a good thought on fixing this right off the top of my head. I feel like when it collapses, it should collapse all of these into the same color as Bob, right? So like it should just like put a ring of blue around it and collapse them all flat, right? When it's in the side like that. That's what I would like. So those are the 2 big things that we need to change in Sideberry. So we might try to make a pull request, like make it an option, like make it Merrick's, like, you know, go into Sideberry options and enables Merrick features. I don't know. I don't know if they'll accept it or we'll have to fork it and just run our own fork. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Hopefully they'll accept it. You can get Sideberry for Firefox too. Yeah. Zen is much more Zen though. Look how Zen this is. Have you been in a browser that just is so Zen? Like, just absorb it. Check this out. We'll open a new tab. This is Zenful. This is so Zenful, it could be sinful. Okay, that just came to my mind. That's how my mind works. Okay, but yeah, this nesting is my big problem. And it's okay if you leave it, like, if you don't have this collapse. But I guess maybe I could just go that way. You know, I could just go, let's see, we gotta go here. Sideberry preferences. Nope, not there. Yeah, it's manage here. I don't remember how to make this stay out. It wasn't in this menu. It was in a different menu. It was in a different menu. Well, we won't use that feature for right now. That'll be fine. Anyways. Dutch, you don't want to be zenfully sinful? That's what you need to get into Zen for. All right, let's jump over to this website. What website was I thinking? Oh, who wants to set up a Kubernetes cluster? All right. So the next thing we were going to do is stand up a couple Kubernetes clusters, hopefully small, cheap ones, and get a little demo app running on them. And we're going to see how that works. We're going to do it in Linode, I think. I've never gone to Linode here. So, it's saying I don't have an account. I do have an account. I just forgot it. I forgot it. 1 second. This is not good. Okay. No. Okay. Whew. We do have it. Oh my goodness. I think the only thing we have in here is object storage. I'm an idiot, by the way. I'm an idiot. Do you know why I wasn't able to log in? Do you want to know the reason? I had accidentally clicked on sign up. So when I was logging in, it was saying there's already an account with us, which I was like, yeah, but I'm trying to sign in. And I kept doing the same thing because I was a little dented on stream. And I was like, yeah, I know there's an account. I want to log in. Okay. Yeah. So this is our Twitch alerts bucket. Look at that. 105 kilobytes of followers. You guys are fantastic. I measure my followers and not by count, but how much data they take up. Do you guys want to know something really, really funny? You know, of all the things that I use, so like, let's say fly.io. Fly doesn't charge me unless if I go, oh gosh, dark reader. Oh gosh. Let's see if we can't fix this. Yeah, we'll just leave it off for, okay. Unless if I go over $5. And this usually makes sense because charging my credit card costs you 30 cents plus a percentage, or they might have a better deal than that. So it might be something like 20 cents and then a percentage, right? Well, this costs me a penny. There's 105 kilobytes. And they actively charge my credit card for that penny. They actually charge, they lose money charging me. Akamai, stop charging me. It's costing you more than it's costing me. That's like, forget the amount of resources I'm consuming. It's literally costing them to charge me, which I find hilarious. I find absolutely hilarious. Okay. Oh, there the music died. 1 second. Let me unplug. I need to replace this cable. I wonder if it's the cable. Like, for some reason. I hope it's not the road. Ugh, I hope it's not. Okay. Okay, what were we doing? Okay, let's set up a Kubernetes cluster. Now, we could do, they have like this, they have this Kubernetes, and we could just create a cluster using this, which would be pretty simple. And if the other way doesn't work out very easily, then we'll just go ahead and do this. The reason I didn't want to do this is I wanted to give the people breaking it the ability to work on the control plane, like do something to the control plane. And so since kubeadm is kind of the standard way, I wanted to use kubeadm and kind of let them mess up that configuration a little and have direct access. Now, if this becomes too much work, we'll just come and create a cluster this way, put our deployment on top of that, and that will be fine. Okay, let's see. So we're gonna do this here. We're gonna just follow this. Hopefully it works out well. I've used kubeadm before in the past. You know, it's been, what, 3 or 4 years since I've used kubeadm. So we'll see. We'll see how much it's changed. I actually, there is Merrick code in the kubeadm tool. There's actually Merrick code in this. So we'll see how well I can do it. Now, I was never a big contributor. I just small fry contributor to it. But there might not be any more Merrick code. Like I said, it's been like 4 or 5 years now. And it's probably better for that, for sure. Okay. I just want to see, they have a deploying a Kubernetes cluster using kubeadm. Okay, I don't care. Wait, disable swap on your lead nodes. All right. So, this is gonna be annoying. All right, I guess we just need to go and set up 3 nodes. Yeah, yeah. So let's do, I've never used Linode before. Can I create like groups of nodes? Because I want to create 2 clusters. So I probably should do this. You know, if we do this again next year, we're going to create some like Terraform and stuff to do it. But let's create a node. Now this actually had a very specific version of Ubuntu. Why that version of Ubuntu? Is this just like really out of date? When was this last updated? I feel like we're going to do an early 2022. Yeah, it's like 2 years old. December. It's over 2 years. It's 2.5. Almost. No. It's almost 2 years old. Almost 2 years old. Sorry. I feel like we're not going to do that. But now we're getting off the beaten path. Let's do 2020 long-term support, right? 2004? Why is there 2 different versions? Why is there 2 different versions? Yeah, it's deprecated. We're not doing that one. Why are there 2 different of the exact same? Oh, this is 2022. 2204. We're going to do 2004, right? That should be a long-term support. Maybe we do 2204. I think we go with 22. We won't go with the absolute new to this, but okay, select a region. Oh, where's our region? Let's do the one breaker I know about is in Europe. So we're going to stand that one up in Europe. No, because when we're doing the AI games, it'll be in the US. So let's just do East Coast. What's more east, Atlanta, or I think Chicago's a little more west, but Atlanta's kind of in the south. We'll go with Atlanta, whatever. Let's see, 4 gigabytes. What is this? How many CPUs? 2, 4 gigs of RAM. I think that should be enough. Should we go with the 8? I think we might just go with this. All right, this will be cluster 1. We'll do cluster 1. I don't know what a placement group is. I've never used, we'll do we're doing cluster 1. Allows the addition of more compute instances to the group as long as the placement group remains compliant. I don't know what this means. Anti-affinity. What does placement group type? Allows the addition of more compute instances to the group even if it breaks the placement group's compliance. What's the compliance? The compliance with what? Oh, we're just going to leave that none. I don't know what this is. Add your Linode to a group to best meet your needs. You may want to group Linodes close together to improve performance or further apart to enable high availability. Oh, okay. So this is kind of, interesting. This is kind of allowing you to like, you know, I don't want it to run in the same data center or whatnot. We don't. Okay, but I'm not doing that. Set root password. Oh, I need to do this, but I need a good shareable one. 1 second. We're gonna make one. Let me do the options really quickly. It's gonna be pretty simple. That looks good. That looks good. Strength fair. I made it kind of easy. Let's edit that and add it to the AI games folder. AI games. All right. All right. We'll all share the same root password. It'll be okay. Yeah. Let's see. Add an SSH key. Ooh. Do I need to create an SSH key for it right now? I guess probably. Let's do that. Let's do that. Sorry, I'm using Bitwarden to manage this, but I just didn't want to show that to everyone. So, anyways, I think I could probably. It doesn't show anything, but I don't want other people breaking it. I only want the people I want breaking it. All right, let's see. I don't know why I did that. Okay, we want an SSH key. This is going to be... All right, so let's create a SSH key. So it's SSH keygen. It's T, right, for the type. And that's the ED. It's 255, right? 255.19, right? 255.19. It's 255.19. I think it's 255. Oh gosh, I should know this. ED 255.19, right? Right. Yeah. Okay, it is ED 50. Okay, yeah. We just talked about this yesterday. Oh, whoa. I said keygen. Keygen. It's not a key gentleman. It's not a gent. It's a keygen. Please. Okay, I screwed that up. I thought I was doing it right. but I definitely screwed it up. Is -C not a oh, no, it's capital C. It's capital C. My bad. Let's see. Enter a file. Okay, so we're not going to go there. We're going to go home, Merrick.ssh. Let's see. This is cluster 1. We'll do underscore. That's more standard. Cluster 1. Enter a passphrase. No passphrase. We're not going to be that secure. Enter the same passphrase again, and we're done. Yeah. 40 hertz shadow. You're correct. I screwed it up. You are absolutely correct. All right. Now we should have all of this. I guess I'm going to have to go into incognito mode. Not incognito mode, but like cone of silence mode to paste this. I see you guys looking. Okay, question, because I don't know how to do this. I would like to copy the contents of a file into the copy buffer, right? I want to cat it to the clipboard, right? PB copy, okay. Oh, perfect. You guys are fantastic. Okay. X clip on X11. I am on X11, not Wayland. Okay. Fantastic. Let me try this. Does it print it to the screen? Can I do it without you guys getting it? I mean, it's not a big deal. We can just recreate it. Let's see. Cluster one public key. Oh, it's the public key anyways. It doesn't even matter, right? It doesn't even matter. I apologize. PB copy. We'll try this. I might have to install it though, right? Cluster one pub. Yeah. EA-S PB copy. Let's see. Arch install PB copy. EA is art is Pac-Man. Yeah. This is yay. Yet another yogurt. An R helper written in Go. So it wraps Pac-Man for you. It's nice. I think it's nice. I haven't had a lot of different I haven't had a lot of experience with other ones, so maybe there's a better one. It's just the one I'm using. PB copy does not seem to be something that they support. If Arch doesn't support it, nobody does. Nobody does. We'll just X clip this, right? Is it the same way like this? I've never used X clip. We'll try it. We'll try it. This is the public key, right? So you guys can see it. It doesn't matter. Okay. I mean, it did copy the name of the file. So that was not quite exactly what I wanted. Okay. I have X clip, but do I need the section clipboard? I can just pass it in. Okay, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Do I need the section clipboard? It seemed to put it on the clipboard. Oh. Yeah. Wait, did I misspell that? Did I misspell it? I might have. Let me try that again. There we go. Now, my question is, do we need the selection clipboard? I don't know. Let me see. I just want to try this for science. I don't know what it does. I've not really used XClip before. Did that. I mean, that seemed to copy it too. So I don't know that you need this selection, which is nice because I would probably forget this unless if I used it a lot of times. Okay. All right, let me put this, let's do this really quickly. Fantastic, and we're gonna throw this in here. Well, that did not work. That did not work. So let's go back to selection, clipboard. Okay, that did work. Okay, I guess I need this selection clipboard. Won't remember it. I'll have to look it up, but whatevs. Okay, assign a VPC is not available in the selected region. Really? Really? What? All right, well, we're going to Chicago. Chicago. Let's see. VPC cluster 1. Cluster 1. Inner subnet label. Cluster 1. I don't care. That's plenty of available IP addresses. I don't care about a firewall. VLAN. VLAN's not available in this select. No backup. No. All right. Let's. I wanted to create 3 of them though. Can I create 3? Can I create 3? I want 3. Check Por favor. Parausta. Mi amigo. I want 3. Do I can't spin up 3 right from here? Oh gosh. Lead node, we need to talk. We need to talk. Am I just missing it? Did you guys see it and I'm just missing it? Like, sometimes my eyes are just not great. Did I just miss it? Like, I want 3 of these. Okay, I don't see it. I guess we'll have to do this again and again. Okay, one last thing. I did the VPC. That sounded right. Which means in-cluster communication would be private. Do we need a load balancer? We'll get to the load balancer. Use a private EIP for a backend node to a load balancer. Use VPC instead for private communication between your lead nodes. I think I did the right thing. I don't know what you're saying, Gray Hat. Would you guys like to build the Kubernetes cluster in somewhere other than Linode? I've never used Linode. I thought I'd give it a shot. I mean, this cluster is going to live for about a week and a half. You could have told me this earlier. What are the requirements? Does not meet strength requirements. Okay. Okay, well, thank you for telling me now. Let me generate a new one. What are the requirements I'm missing, though? I don't know. Is good the best? There we go. DigitalOcean is the only company that is still kind to FOSS projects. They've donated a lot of CPU time to my FOSS projects. That's cool. Akamai is kind of user hostile. Oh. I don't know, honestly. Let's put it this way. DigitalOcean has not been free of controversy either. I like Fly.io. I actually have used Fly.io. I can't use it for this because we want to stand up nodes to stand up a Kubernetes cluster on, right? So I can't really do that with how Fly.io operates, right? I can't stand up Linux VMs and, right, it doesn't operate that way, right? What did they do? This was a couple years ago. I can look it up. I don't want to just say something off the top of my head. I just know in the news we covered a couple of times. DigitalOcean took down some projects that were kind of vague on the terms of service. I will give a hint in Discord later. Yeah. But yeah, so I can't use Fly.io, or else we would use Fly.io. I could use DigitalOcean. I have an account there too. I've never used Akamai before, so I thought it would be a fun thing to actually try. I don't know anything about the company or Linode, so I wanted to give it a shot. And I just see its interface a little bit. I know that we could write some Terraform. We just need 3 nodes, so that's what we're going to do. See how well the interface supports it and whatnot. Now, can I make a copy of this? Like, I want 2 more of these things with the same tag and everything, right? Do they not make this easy? Clone. There we go. All right. Oh wait, where'd my lead node go? Where's where's my node? Where did it go? Why when I click on lead nodes up here, I don't see my my actual node? Like when I click here, oh, it was not showing this here. And why does it say here that it's using this Linode is using an unrecommended configuration profile? Updates to its configuration profile to avoid connectivity issues? What does it mean? And why doesn't it tell me that here? I have never used Linode. Okay. Where's my public address? Is this my public IP address? Okay. Okay. I don't know what it's upset about. And nothing in here tells me that it's upset. So anyways, we're going to power this off. Power off. Yeah, power off Linode, because I said to do that before cloning. And then we're going to clone it. We're going to wait for it to power off fully. And it's now in here. I guess it just doesn't show up for a little while in there. That's maybe fair. So I don't want to use any of those. The reason I don't want to do that is the idea here is to give them access to the bare metal, right? So if I used K3D or Podman or a container-based one, the people breaking these clusters wouldn't have access to the Linux configuration, right? And the idea is to let them break it however they like. You know, I could use just their LKE, the Kubernetes engine, and then they wouldn't have access to the control plane. They could just break the deployment. The idea is to not do that. So I'm kind of purposefully doing this a painful way. Plus, is this the name or is this the tag? Let's do this cluster 1, 2. All right. Why can I not create 2 of them? I don't know. This is not where I uploaded my your Bengal tiger. I'm good, Toggle. How are you doing? How are you doing today? Does my chat ever behave? Does my chat ever behave? Let's just cloning 34%. Okay, I don't love. You know what we should do? We should do one in DigitalOcean, and we should do one here to compare, right? We are a model chat. My secret is they never behave. So they're on their best behavior. It's not great, but it's their best behavior. Okay, you know what? We're going to do that. We're going to do one in DigitalOcean, and we're going to... yeah, I actually haven't used DigitalOcean since the kind of rough incidents. Sorry, just logging in. Oh, let's see. Wow, was it that long ago that I did this? I said I have an account with DigitalOcean, but do I actually have an account with DigitalOcean? It appears I do not. Not anymore, at least. I did have an account with DigitalOcean. All right, well, new account with DigitalOcean. You know, it might be that I was inactive for a very long time. I haven't had any resources or anything. So they might have just deleted my account. Huh. Okay. Well, this is weird. It drops me in this, and I explore our control plane. I just want the actual control panel. Oh. Ah. My account. Please pay the past service balance of $1.42 to restore service. I did have an account. They suspended it for $1.42. I don't even know how I had $1.42 or why I didn't pay it. There we go. That was weird because they treated it like a brand new account. Oh, you know what? I know how this... I didn't have any services running. About a year or two ago, about a year ago, I got my credit card stolen. And I had to... you know, get it terminated, and I bet you that they have some fee. I don't know what. I didn't have anything running, but yeah. Which is fair. I didn't pay the $1.42. Absolutely fair. That one's on me. But I don't use their service though, so I don't know what accrued $1.42. Because I haven't had anything running in DigitalOcean for years, which is why I wouldn't have even thought about it. So what were you charging me for, DigitalOcean? Having an account? 1 second. I'm gonna go get a drink, and then we'll get back to this. All right. Give me a second. We will be right back. I'm just going to get water, so it should be pretty quick, but I'll go ahead and run an ad so that we don't have to deal with that when I get back. And then we should be able to create another Linode, another clone. That's actually a really bad system. I'm going to harp on that. I know that if I had a Terraform for Linode, which I don't have a Terraform for Linode right now to whip out of my derriere, it would be fine. But it's a terrible web UI experience. Let me grab a cup of water. We'll start the cloning process on Linode, and then we'll start working on DigitalOcean. I also have to go get my credit card. I don't carry it on me. Keeps me from spending too much money. All right. All right. I hate cats. I hate cats. Absolutely hate them. Buzz everywhere. All right. You know what? I need to cone of silence for a little payment method. Payment method. My $1.42. I'm gonna need a subscriber to help me pay for this. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I almost started saying the numbers. Fantastic. You know, what's better than leaking them on stream? I am sometimes pretty dented. Getting the DigitalOcean reactivated. Anyways, my whole point was not to really start an argument. You're leaking on toggle bit. It's called Depends. Look up Depends. It's really going to save you. It is. That's going to help you from leaking on stream. Well, it's going to help with leaking. Not going to stop you, but I'm sorry. That was too far. Credit cards are all maxed out. All right, payment complete. Okay, your account has been suspended. Okay, is it not suspended anymore? I feel like it's not suspended anymore. Sweet goodness. All right, let's get into this then. Oh, wait. We got to jump back over to Linode here. And, we need to share the screen. All right. Is this do you have a problem with leaking? Oh, okay. Here we go. Let's see. We're gonna clone this one again. We're gonna clone this one. All right, Linode. Telling you what. I should be able to do. You guys should be able to do better than this. One at a time. Feels bad. All right. We're going to create a project. AI games. AI games is what this project does. Select purpose. Class project educational purposes. Create project, move resources, a skip for now, nothing to move, AI games. Fantastic. Okay. I just want droplets. Come on. Okay, cool. Now, you know what I might do is I might move these to a different window so we can flip back and forth. Let's do that. Let's do this. We'll put this one over in 2. And now we can switch between Linode, DigitalOcean without tab swapping. All right. Let's see. Now, let's give this a shot. Create a droplet. New York, fine with me. Let's do basic. Premium Intel. Oh yeah. Give me some of that premium AMD. We'll go premium AMD. Nice. I want these to be like not turds on a stick. These aren't great. 4 gigs of memory, 2 CPUs. Not big, but hopefully they do a little bit better than... let's see, how much disk space? 40 gigabytes? That should be enough. Or 80 gigabytes. Okay. SSH key pair. We gotta create another SSH key pair. All right. Do cluster 1. Username root. I guess we're not really doing a username here, but new SSH key. Those are all old. We gotta create another one. All right. Let's create another one. You guys make one joke. One joke. You guys keep going with it. Let's see. SSH keygen. We're just doing that one again. But instead of this, we're going to do home merrick.ssh. And this is going to be do cluster 1. Yeah. No passphrase, super insecure. That's what we like. That's how we like it. Okay, and then instead of that, we're going to do this right here. But this is going to be do, right? Yeah. Do. And that is going to go in here. Add the custom feed, SSH. Value of that. That's the private key. Beautiful. And now let's grab the public key and throw that in DigitalOcean. Dot pub. All right. If I do that, it takes the name of the file. It takes the name of the file. All right, copy your public key. Yeah. Public key, done. Name, do, what did I name this? Do cluster 1. I have to cat. All right, add a worry-free database. I love worry-free. Look at this, Linode. Look at this, Linode. I want you to jump over to this other workspace with me, okay? Check this out, Linode. 1, 2, 3. Oh, do you see how hard that was? Do you see how hard that was? Do you see what I had to do over here? Do you see what I've had to do over here? It's as easy as this plus button over here. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Easy as a plus button. You failed on this part. You failed on this part. I realize I should be using Terraform. Maybe you're using a forcing function. Maybe you're like, we'll make the UI so bad, you'll never wish to use it. You'll just use Terraform or Plumi or whatever your favorite one is. Yeah, okay. We'll just leave the names like that. That's fine. Tags here. It's going to be cluster 1. Project AI Games. It's gonna be $80 a month. Yeah, okay. $80 a month. So for a week, it's gonna be about $15. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Is this looking good? We want long-term support. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. create those droplets. All right, now we have to go power all these up. Power on. Power it on, absolutely. Let's power this one on now. Okay, this was not convoluted at all, Linode. I hope it worked correctly too. The droplets remind you of Java applets. I feel like droplets were a cool marketing thing when they were first started. I don't love them as let's go create a VM, but I mean think about it as, you know, elastic compute. EC2, I mean, like, they all do it. That's let's go create a VM is EC2. So it's really whatever. Really whatever. Okay. Let's see. Now we should just be able to use these, right? Upgrade for alerting and metrics. You have to upgrade it. I don't get this. Okay, whatever. Let's access it. No, I just want to SSH. I want to SSH. How do I SSH to it? Because that's how the other people are going to SSH. Let's see. Is it just this right here? Do they all have a public IP? I would kind of expect not to have all of them have a public IP address, right? That's not normal anymore, right? I did provide an SSH key, absolutely. Okay, well, I'm not too concerned. Launched a Lish console. What? Wow. See, I was kind of expecting something like this. You know, some like, just copy this. Lish console via SSH. Very weird. Okay. But this isn't gonna work, right? Because oh, I did do a password with this one, didn't I? But I just want to use SSH, right? So I have to do SSH. What is it? -T? I think it's T, right? SSH-T for the file. I can just pass in the file. Because it's not my main one, and I don't want to around and whatnot. How do I give it the? It's not T. How do I give it the file, the SSH private key to use? You can just pass the file, right? I thought. I could do SSH. I didn't really want to because like I'm not going to actually use these very much. SSH use private key file. I. Okay. Okay. It's I. I knew there was. Is I not in this? I didn't. I just missed it. I just missed it. No. Let's see. And then the Linode one. So we just want, you know what? There we go. That would be cluster 1. I shouldn't need the password. So Linode was a little weird because it made me give a password for root as well as an SSH config. And I gave both. I can grab the Linode really quickly. Here's the password. That's not exactly working how I thought it would. Well, that is the password that was given. Let me try one more time. Let me try one more time. No, this is not DigitalOcean. This was the Linode. Right, 217. 217, yeah, this is the Linode. We could try the DigitalOcean one now. This one, okay. Let's try this one. So this was DO cluster 1. So DigitalOcean worked. Linode. All right, so what am I doing wrong here? $40 shadow. Now I spend money. Now I spend money. Okay, so this is not working. There's no way for me to manage the SSH keys on this now. Let's launch the Lish console. No, that is the password for it. Oh, okay. It was asking for okay, so root, now the password. So that is the right password. Why did it not work here? It now works here. For some reason. Okay, it was weird. Every single time I was pasting, it was adding a new line for some reason, but I just copied the same thing. I don't know. Typo? Maybe. Maybe. That's possible. I pressed the copy button from Bitwarden, so it's possible. Yeah, and now to change the password. I know. I gotta change it on all three of them because they all had the same password. All right, well, let's do a little bit of cone of silence. A little bit of cone of silence. 1 second. Yes, I want to overwrite, copy that password, save it, paste that password, hit enter, hit enter. Oh, I just messed up. No. I just messed up. I just messed up, right? I changed this one's password, but I overwrote the old password. I know I leaked it on screen, but I don't have it. I don't have it. So do I have to clone those other two again? Oh. I really dislike DigitalOcean. Super dislike it. Or Linode. Really dislike it. This one was my fault. This one was my fault. I will take responsibility. All right, I guess I start this and then we get working on DigitalOcean's one. Okay, I don't know of a better way of doing that. I would have to go back through the stream. Not worth it. All right, so what we need to do is we need to power this one off. Does the copy paste buffer have lists? You mean like on my local machine, right? Maybe. I don't know how to access that. Linux copy paste buffer. Linux view copy paste buffer. How can I edit the data, the copy paste button in terminal? Maybe this is good enough. History. There isn't a default clipboard history in 2804, just the current item in the clipboard or nothing if nothing has been copied to the clipboard. If nothing has been copied to the clipboard is empty. If something has been copied. So no. No, there's not. Without an extension. Okay. So we're completely screwed here. We need to power this off. When that's powered off, we can copy it. We need to delete these. All right, this is offline. Now we can clone it. That's the one to clone from. Oops. Oops. All right. Create that Lee node. And then while that's working, we will work on the DigitalOcean one. I generate passwords. Yeah. I don't have GNOME isn't running, right? I'm not sophisticated enough for GNOME. I need something a little bit more painful. All right. Fantastic. Let's do this one then. Okay, let's do DigitalOcean. Much better. Much better. All right, let's see. What do we need to install? Oh gosh. Does DigitalOcean have a let's look at this as a thing that exists. DigitalOcean kubeadm. Come on. Here we go. Good. I just want to copy and paste some things. Fantastic. Easy. Add an SS key pair. Done. These servers running with the latest two. Okay. Yep. Done. Wait. Setting up the workspace directory and Ansible inventory file? Blah. You're really going to make me use Ansible? This should be simple. Okay. Well, we'll do this. Exit. Where are we going to go? We're going to get out of here. We'll just cd code. The AI games 24. We're gonna make a dir here for do cluster. Cd do cluster. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Wait, what was the file called? Oh, just host. That's pretty standard. Okay, yeah, this is just Ansible. Fantastic. Control plane is going to be, what is our control plane one going to be? That's going to be the one named, this one right here. So this IP is this. Yeah. Okay. And then this one is going to be droplets. Why does it reload everything? Like, and why does it go like this? Like, I want my droplets and stuff, but I can't even. This UI is not great. Not great. All right, we want two. We want that. Okay, cool. That's gonna be the first worker, and our second worker is gonna be this. All right. Fantastic. Okay, we followed your instructions. Done. You make all that an inventory file in Ansible. Fine. Create a non-root user on all remote servers. I don't need this. Can I just skip this? I'm gonna not do this, right? I'm just gonna leave your root. Yeah. Oh goodness. And then they run that itself. All right, but I don't want that. Installing Kubernetes dependencies, this is what I want. Okay, we're just gonna go here. We're just gonna go with this. And what did they call this? Kube dependencies? Oh, I actually copied that. All right, kube dependencies. We're gonna copy this. I shouldn't need anything because we already have the inventory file, right? So this should be fine like this. Let's just look over it. 122. Isn't that a little old? 2021. All right, do we update this? I think we do, right? We don't want to run this old. It should be fine anyways. It won't cause us any problems, right? Let's see. Let's see what the latest Kuber should we do like 130? I know 131 is out, but we could just do 130. Let's do 131. Why not? Okay, so 122. Not that 4. If I could hit 4. All right, and we're going to replace this. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. With 131. 31 what? There was 1, I think that I said. 131 1. Yeah, 131 1. All right. How do I select this? How do I replace this? I mean, it's not CIW. That's for Word, and that's not this. How do I delete this to replace it? What I could do is a macro, right? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a macro. So that's going to be what? It's QA is going to be my macro. And then my macro is going to be VF4. No. How do I quit recording? Okay. Let's try that again. Let's see. QA, recording for A. So my macro is going to be, I need to start at the beginning. Never mind. 1 second. Stop again. Stop. Okay. QA, recording for macro. It's going to be CF4. 131 1 Q. I don't know. Escape Q. Okay. Now I should be able to do 122 4. Find next. Okay. And then do A. Oh, A was maybe a bad oh no. It's at A. Okay. Next. At A. Yeah, next. At A. Uh-huh. Look at that. I am a professional Vimmer. I have used Vim. Thank you. That might have been faster if I had just not done that. Probably. But, I used macros, so you should be happy. All right. Hopefully this doesn't cause problems, because that's actually a pretty big jump. But it will be fine. All right, yeah. Let's run this. Let's run this. This will be good. This will be good. Oh. I've never installed Ansible on here. I really only read English, and I read English poorly. Very, very poorly. So if you want any chance, any little itsy bitsy chance, it's got to be in English. Oddly, I can read Spanish, but I have no idea what it's saying. I can read it though. Just don't know what it says. Same with Russian. I can read Russian. Doesn't necessarily mean that I know what it's saying. I know what the words are. How are you, Nighthound? Why am I in a suit? It happens to be cold. I happen to not know where I packed my winter things. And until I find them, it's this and one little hoodie that's in the wash right now that I have for warmth. So, there you go. Well, that's because the warden likes me to be dressed nicely. She has strict requirements, okay? She has strict requirements. Oh, oops, I did this. I screwed something up. Line 40. Oh, wow. I did screw something up. I did screw... I screwed something up. For sure. Let's see. I just wanted it to be... How did I do... Did I do this with the macro? I'm sure I did. I was macroing it out. I was macroing it out. Why am I in dungeon? Well, you know, we're still in litigation about that. My lawyers have advised me not to talk about it while the case is ongoing. So I really can't talk about why I'm in the dungeon. Sorry. So I really screwed something up here. Let's just try this again. I don't know how I got it this bad, but I'm just gonna try that again. I thought I copied and pasted this, right? And then I did 1.22.4. Now I have a question. Is my macro still saved? Can I do @a? Yeah, I can. Okay, that worked. Oops, 1.22.4. Okay. @a. Next @a. Sweet. All right. This doesn't look as messed up somehow. Dependencies ensured. You know, I might try this with Linode. If we get this all done in Ansible, I might just try it with Linode. Is that a Ubiquity rack? It isn't a Ubiquity rack. It's not doing anything. One of the reasons the null cloud is not running, because without that, I can't secure a public IP address. I can't secure like incoming routes, so the firewalls block all. So I haven't set up the home network yet because my hope and goal is to move, but you know, the last offer has fallen through. There's no other houses we're looking at, so maybe I set it up here in the gulag, but I don't know yet. I don't know yet. You thought it was a prison bed? No, the bed's worse. The bed's worse. Maybe I'll... You know, that might keep me warm. You know, if I keep the network going, put a lot of packets through it, might keep me warm. I told you guys I was in a dungeon. It's kind of a cool aesthetic, though. You know, you don't see many YouTube videos recorded like this. Not many. Not many at all. What time is it? I feel like I've taken too much time on this. It was meant to be fast. Oh, I didn't actually change the titles. You guys should have reminded me. Got to change those titles. Let's see. Update titles. I suck at k8s kubeadm and the clouds. All right. Uh-oh. We have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. All right, let's try this again. I didn't realize it was waiting on me. Yes. Yes. It's waiting on me, I think. Yeah, it was waiting on me to type yes. But I thought I had already done it here, but it was waiting again. I'm not sure. Okay, that was my bad. My bad. Houston, we've fixed the problem. Be careful of radon gas. Absolutely. That's a thing in the United States. I don't know if you guys have it. This one was tested. I'm still hoping to only be here for another few months. I would show you guys like where I'm looking, but I feel like that's too much doxing of myself. I'm in Ohio. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Stop that. Oh, what happened? What happened? I doxed myself a little bit enough. Do you know what? Full transparency. I think I didn't stop it fast enough. Okay. I don't know what happened. Let's try this. I'm gonna be quicker, ready to stop it when it blows up. Control. It's doing the things, and then it got upset, and then it just blew up with yeses. Kubernetes app key, add Kubernetes app repository. Come on, you can do it. Add that app repository. You can do it. Is this what it blew up on? I think it is. The reason I care at all is because I have a family. Yeah. Okay, this is where it died. Okay, this is where it died. Thankfully, it didn't do the whole yeah. That was rough. It made it hard to read. Can't be done securely and therefore disabled by default. Okay. Are they not signing their packages? Wait. Change message. Failed to update app cache. Updating from such a repository can't be done securely and therefore is disabled by default. Okay. Oh, okay. This was written a long time ago. So we got to update where we're pulling from. Chance effect is directly installing upstream versions of Kubernetes, either manually or by upgrade. This change also affects you running on Linux or PC and having. Okay, fine. I just need. Where's the new repository? I remember this. All right. Packages.k8s.io. Can we just swap that in? Is that all we have to do? Why do I have to do everything the hard way? I don't know. Okay, so if we had done the old version, we would be fine. All right. Does the key exist here? That I don't know. Where does their key exist? I would love to have Kelsey Hightower on. I would. Kelsey, if you're watching this, want to talk about why it's so good to go and manually do stuff. I really do think it is. And just do some of these things and just learn from, like, even just using different cloud providers. It's so informative. Okay. Where is your key? Hit me up, Kelsey. I'll have you on anytime you want. You set the date, time, place. Place should be online. Let's be real. That will make it so much easier. I don't know what I'm looking for. Where's your key? Where's your key? Where's your key? Let's see. Not hitting control. Let's see. Key. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. No, set next. This is the old packages that do. Are they still hosting it there? Like, maybe this is still hosted there? The key? The project on Debian based. Are they still hosted on app.kubernetes? Oh, app.kubernetes.io. Is that's what we have though, right? We have packages.cloud.google. Okay. So we're gonna go with this. This is the Kubernetes archive keyring. If you find a repository, you're using a legacy repository and need to migrate. The repository should use this. You are using the community hosted repository and don't need to take any action. But did they not make a new key? I guess we can just try it and see. I mean, what is it gonna hurt? Well, let's just do that. Let's just try that and see what that hurts. Thank you, Monta. I'm trying to dress up a little bit nicer. You know, the warden wanted it. So, you know. If my wife learns that I've been calling her the warden, she will be angry and deserving of the title at that point. Can I just say, either I use Zillow wrong or I really dislike Zillow. Like, I'm looking for, like, my search results are pretty specific in a pretty specific area. Not a really specific. That's probably the weird part, is it's kind of in a larger area. You know, like, I just want to be within 45 minutes of my father. And so it's kind of a large area. But it just gives me random places in the same state. All right. Fails are great. Fails are forbidden. Yeah. Is not signed. Okay. I just need to know how to use it. All right. I need to set up k8s package repositories. Here we go. Somebody figured it out. Somebody smarter than me figured it out. I just need, all right. Let's see. Here we go. Here the GPG path. It's here now. Okay. Fantastic. I figured they would update it. But, you know, Let's see. V $ P, right? That wasn't exactly correct. Let's try that again. V $ back 1 P. That wasn't exactly right either, but it got close. That didn't even. One second. I just copied over it. Okay, this should be better. V $ back 1 P. Done. All right, done. That's better. Is that all we needed to do? Maybe. We'll see. Maybe not. Oh, okay. You just had it. Nighthound. What have you been doing, Nighthound? So that's an interesting question, Russell. And I would love to talk to, I probably would love to talk to somebody from Chain Guard about this, because I've seen companies that do it either way, right? You know, like, don't ask me why I know this off the top of my head, but like MongoDB, for each major release, they make one. So like for Mongo 7, all things Mongo 7 will release under the same one. So I believe even like 7.1 will have the same one, but Mongo 6 will have a individual one. So this is like saying that it's not signed. It's almost like the repository itself isn't signed. So when you're working with app and Debian, there's actually this interesting thing. You can sign a deb or RPM. I'm just going to do it generically, deb or RPM. And this signing is saying like it's your artifact. So, you know, we can sign this. But then the repository that you get it from can be signed as well. So if you're talking about like the repo, this can also be signed, and it can be a different key as well. But a lot of times people sign it with the same key. And this is basically, you know, as I see it, TLS Lite. TLS. Whoa, that's not light. LITE. This is like TLS Lite, because basically what this does is when apt or RPM comes to get it, it says, I'm talking to the right repository, and I can validate that the package as well. So this is in release is basically that. It's like the repository signs its in release to prove that we're talking to the right place. That's I don't do deb as much as I do RPM, but that would be my understanding. I don't think apt actually apt doesn't validate this by default. RPM does validate this by default. So our deb is just doing this. Okay, this might be how I have it set up. Let's see. Let's update this. I feel like I've done something wrong. Is it worth version matching the SIGs and packages in case they are changed per version? Oh, you're right. You're right. I copied and pasted that one. Yeah. Absolutely. That's the problem right there. Thank you. Thank you, Russell. I wasn't even looking at that. Thank you. I think the idea here is blast radius. So if your 1.30 keys are compromised, you reduce your blast radius. Now, I also know like Elastic has like one main key that they use, so their blast radius is large. Did I not save that? It should have not been okay, right? Yeah, it should have been changed. I mean, unless if they are the actual same. Like, I couldn't tell you that they've actually been changed. We could go check. We could go check. We'll check in a second. Let's go try to dumpster dive this a little bit. I did save it. I did save it. This makes me think... This makes me think that the keys aren't different. Let's go check this out, though. I think we can do this, right? I think we can. Oh, gosh. Come on. Copy. I just want to go here. Maybe not. Maybe not. Can we go here? All right, we can actually just save the file and compare it. Can we just open it? No, we'll save it, I guess. All right. Release key. Let's do the 129. It didn't let me change it. Okay, well, we'll just open this one. No, it's not an archive. You dumb. Okay, we'll just show it in Finder. Come on. Open with. Just text. Okay, you know what? Cancel this. Stop. You're not. We'll use Vim. All right, get rid of Linode for right now. Let's open up WesTerm. Downloads. Vim release keys. You know what? I will just open them up side by side. Oh, that's horrifying. That's horrifying. Release. What is it? It's this one. All right. Is it the same key? It looks like it. It looks like it. We can check the. Let's see. Let's check line 12. GAAK. GAAK. Yeah. This is the same key. 15. Line 15. Line 15. My hydrant. Yeah. 20Q. 2Q. Yeah. This is the same key. Right? Via yeah, it's the same key. Okay, so they don't actually have a different key. Cool. Which means something else is here. The only reason that I thought that they had the same key, the only thing that this said it didn't change, when originally it said it changed when we went from the old key to the new key. That's all. Now it's still complaining that it's not signed. I didn't know. Stop. I don't want you to run. I actually want to. So we're adding this. And this is what the add Kubernetes apt repository is failing because it's saying in release. Let's Google that. Let's see. Failed to update. You know what? Let's chat GPT it. Let's chat GPT it. Start now. The error message indicates that your attempt to update the app cache is failing due to a few issues. It's forbidden. This means your request to the repository was denied. This could be due to several reasons, including IP restrictions, authentication requirements, or not signed. The message also indicates that the repository is not signed, which if it happens, the GP keys for the repository have been added to your system. Hi. What am I doing today? Well, today I am trying to stand up Kubernetes clusters the hard way. Not the hardest way. And let's do medium hard way. Medium hard way. Not the hard way like Kelsey Hightower is hard. We've done it the hardest way, which is even harder than the hard way. Actually, did you guys see what Kelsey Hightower did to me? So, Kelsey Hightower released Kubernetes the hard way. Okay. And then I released a series of videos called Kubernetes the hardest way, because Kelsey Hightower had a lot of scripts that spun up Kubernetes in the cloud, and they heavily used GCP. And mine was, no, literally it's going to be VMs, creating the VMs and the networking and all of that much harder. So mine was the hardest way. And then he did me dirty. He came out and did it the hardest way without GCP. Like 3 years later after mine. I'm glad he did. He does a fantastic job with them. Fantastic job. So we're doing Kubernetes the medium hard way. Medium well. All right, let's see. This is not useful. Where can you read that? You should just be able to like, I can get you a link though. It is one of the best ways to start learning Kubernetes. If you really want to know how Kubernetes works, yeah. He updated it for VMs like 6 months ago. My hardest way was a long time ago, but so this is a much more up to date than my videos where I went through it. My videos were like 6 years ago. Yeah. Okay. What we're doing today is medium. Although let's search this. Where was oh, it was here. Let's see. ChatGPT. All right, ChatGPT is failing me. Let's just search the internet. I'm just going to remove all these. That might make it a little easier to search. All right. I don't know. I don't know. All right, let's see what they do here. Oh, I'm assuming. So I have not used Ansible in a while. No, I didn't mean to run it. I meant to Vim it. I haven't used it for a while. But this is using the apt key, right? So like it should be doing like the de-armor and everything, right? Let's just Google that. Ansible install kubeadm. Let's see. Not roles. Go back. I am feeling the zen. I'm feeling so zen. I would be stressed right now because I wanted to do this quick and dirty. I didn't mean to spend a ton of time doing this. But I'm not. I'm not stressed. I'm just hanging out. It's 100% the Zen browser. Oh gosh, this is in depth here. This is in depth. Let's see. I don't see where he actually installs Kubernetes stuff, right? Right. Yeah. The idea was set up Kubernetes the medium way. So far that hasn't gone quite as medium as we had wanted. It's less medium than I had desired. Your form, thanks for the follow. There's your custom follow message. It's half covering my face now because it used to be above my face. We need to work on that. I need to work on so many things, but I get stuck doing kubeadm Ansible. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is old too. I need not so old. Install Kubernetes Ansible. I just need to know how to install their repos. Let's see. Quick find apt. All right. So this is interesting. They do it a different way here. Instead of using the apt key, which I think should just work, they don't. But they're using the old signature anyways, right? No. That's the right one. That's the right one. So should we try to do it this way? Should we just try to do it this way? Maybe we just try this. I'm just gonna throw this up here. I already have the install Docker stuff here. Let's do add Kubernetes. We're gonna just throw that up here. That did not copy paste well. At all. All right. We got to bring this back one. Maybe delete a few more of those. Why is it upset now? Oh, we are one space. There we go. There we go. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. All right, let's just try that. Oh, wait, you know that. Let's actually, we did say that these were the same keys, but it's fine. We'll do it as 131 just to make sure. We did validate that they were the same keys, but yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, this worked up here. The add Kubernetes app repository. This one. Your form. I don't know how to pronounce your name. No, I should. I don't usually use. I was just gonna do it manually, and you know, if we had done this manually, it would have been done. But then they were like, "Hey, we have this thing, and you could just use it." And I was like, "Oh, let's do that." And the thing doesn't work. But I should. You're absolutely right, because I don't use Ansible a whole lot on stream. I mean, this is just my streaming PC, and I don't do a whole lot of infra stuff on stream. So this is failing, but this isn't. So can we just remove this? Are you one of those guys who do their job just on the production environment? Absolutely not. Holy crap, that's terrifying. I do on Twitch, though. Absolutely. Look, dude, I'm just having fun here. And learning stuff. So, yeah, on Twitch, I absolutely do everything on production. Test, develop, yeah. Absolutely everything. Now, you are correct a little bit. My job is a lot of emailing, and I do a lot of email in production. Like, I use our production email all the time. All the time. It's, quite amazing. Wait, why did worker 2 or worker 1? What? What did we do here? It was close. It was close. I don't know. I don't know. It failed here. So I don't even know it was close. I feel like this isn't the right way to have this set up. One second. Actually, what I want to do... I feel like this shouldn't be like this, right? I feel like it should be... It shouldn't be like that. Let me figure out how it's supposed to be. Let's see. Let's just set it up here. Oh, this isn't gonna work because I don't have apt here. I feel like we need to do something like Kubernetes. I don't remember off the top of my head. I would need a Debian machine, but like Kubernetes Xenial here. We need this in this somewhere, right? Again, I don't remember off the top of my head. Okay, do we just SSH into the machines and do it there? I feel like maybe we just do it there. Like, screw this. And what happened to worker 1? What happened to worker 1? Did worker 1 just decide to take a dump? Is it even still running? All right. Let's jump back here. Let's see. Not Akamai. Let's see. Let's jump in. I feel like our worker one just okay. I don't want to see projects. I'm already in a project. You know what I want to see? I want to see manage so I can click on droplets. Thank you, DigitalOcean. Fix your thing. Fix it. It's still running. Okay, it's still running. This should be worker one. Let's just SSH to that sucker. It seemed fine. I'll fix it. I'm grasping at straws here, right? You know what? Actually, 1 second. Let me quit that one more time. And then the last thing I'll do is I'll remove this. Add Kubernetes app repository. We kind of do it a second time here, a different way. We'll just get rid of that altogether. And then we'll let this play out. Package manager issues are always a pain. You know what? It's always a pain because there's like 12 Linux package manager issues because there's like 12 package managers. And then you figure it out. And then you move on. And you never have, you don't even touch that package manager for another like 3 months. And you don't remember what you did. And why is the Docker install, which has been working on every single iteration, not working this time? On worker one. On worker one. Why have you failed me, worker one? Why is this happening on worker one when installing Docker? And then it doesn't like installing from there. It's like, nah. Yeah, worker one is the troublemaker. Worker one, we see you, okay? We see you. All right, I know that this is cheating, but we're just going to go in and add these repos manually. I know is what you all wanted. It's what everybody's dream is. Everybody's dream is maybe I got a DigitalOcean in the band range. That's actually possible because, you know, DigitalOcean uses the IP's addresses, and like, that's so sad when it happens because DigitalOcean is very classically used as a jump host for things. Okay, what was I doing in here? Oh, I need the this Debian based. You know, I'm gonna do this anyways, even though I don't think we need to. Sudo app update. Who is forbidding it? See, I feel like it's us saying it's forbidden because it's not signed. I feel like it's us saying that this IP, their IP address, is forbidden. But is it saying that this IP address forbid us? I don't know. I don't know. Wait. What was I going to do? Okay. Let's continue here. This here. Copy that. Copy that. Well, the browser while so clutch would be my IP address, right? Would be a different IP, so it wouldn't even matter because. Okay, the issues contain multiple distinct issues. The forbidden trying to browse files. You don't have a file browser, and the underlying S3 bug is private, so accessing URLs, whatever. The forbidden trying to install packages. Some cloud IP providers have IP addresses blocked by AWS. Well, just recreate the instance. I guess since everything is an Ansible thing, it should just be pretty quick to go. Okay. All right. You know what? I guess I've only been streaming for 4 hours. I need a break though. I'm going to do more of this tonight. So I'll probably stream tonight. I know that's not great for some of you. But yeah. Sorry about that. You know, we're gonna shut everything down for right now. I'm not gonna pay for stuff. This is an issue with I've actually seen this with DigitalOcean. There was a famous hack that happened while I think it was an Apex Legends streamer was streaming. He got hacked in the middle of the stream, and you know, like they installed cheats while he was streaming. And if you had gone through the investigation, there was a DigitalOcean jump box that was leveraged in that. And DigitalOcean has a problem with this. And then these IPs get on ban lists, but they get reused. And I've never run into this, but I guess it's an issue with the ones that I have right now. So we're just going to destroy these. Yeah, the correct, it seemed like everything we saw, it was the correct one. I mean, it was from the documentation, so all right. We're gonna go and destroy all the Linode ones as well. Let's see. You know, I didn't want to, I didn't mean sign up. Don't say sign up. Yeah, thank you. We didn't need to. We're just going to destroy these. I'm not sure that I will use Linode. It's actually just very terse and difficult to use. Just very terse and difficult to use. I don't say that lightly. For how old it is, there are easier ways to do these things. Standing up 3 nodes was way more difficult than it should be. Like that's a baseline type of thing. Okay. My time zone is Eastern Standard Time, so New York time zone. I don't know when tonight I will stream. Like I said, I'm gonna hang out, and I can't stream too late. I have a long day tomorrow. But we'll see. I will stream. I got to get this set up because I got to get Breakers SSH access. I was hoping to do that tonight. It's probably going to be tomorrow now. And now, worst case, what we can do. Worst case. And what I'll do, which it won't be nearly as good. I can just go and stand up Kubernetes clusters this way. And the reason this isn't as good is it doesn't allow you to, Russell, are you on? Okay, Russell. Should we limit it to just the deployments and not infrastructure for the first round? What are your thoughts on that? I'd like to test it all around with like etcd that's running on the main node, but like part of me thinks it would be fair to try both. Okay, maybe we just need 2 clusters. One that has an infrastructure failure and one that has a application failure. Because if I stand up a Kubernetes cluster this way, it's very easy, especially in Singapore. They only support a couple. Okay, whatever. But you can't screw up the control plane, right? You could screw up the load balancer config or the networking policies and stuff like that, but you can't screw up the control plane. I'll think about this, but I think the answer is we want to do both. We want to do both, right? Okay. I will come back tonight, and we'll get the kubeadm working. We'll get the kubeadm working on DigitalOcean. I guess after we get it working, I'm gonna get oh, this is dead. I guess we'll have to publish the actual working stuff since nobody has an Ansible that works with the latest stuff. So we'll have to put that in a Git repo and make a blog post out of it. Okay. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining, following. I will see you guys tonight. Like I said, I don't know what time. I just have to get this done. I will get them set up with kubeadm, or try to at least. And hopefully just spinning up another set of nodes will do it. Anyways, everyone, have a fantastic day, rest of your day, week. And for those of you who are up or late, I'll see you tonight.